Ministers have reiterated their position to any deal with Brussels allowing young people to live and work in EU countries, after a report said some elements of this could be agreed as part of a wider set of negotiations. The Times on Wednesday cited unnamed government sources saying UK ministers accepted they would have to give ground over parts of a proposed mutual youth mobility system if they were to get agreement in other areas, such as a reduction in checks on UK food entering the EU. If we are serious about resetting relations with the EU, then we need to be prepared to give some of the things that they want, the sources told the paper. We are right. It is about negotiations. It's about each other making compromises. It's about them meeting each other in the middle. But a government spokesperson said this was not being looked at. We are not considering it. There are no plans for this or any work being done on it, they said. Asked whether the issue might come up in the future talks with the EU, they said our negotiation team has very clear red lines and none of the preparatory work involves this. While Labour has been adamant it will never oversee a return to the free movement of people, the idea of a youth mobility system which would allow EU citizens under 30 to work and study for a fixed period in the UK and vice versa would be more similar to deals in the UK has with the countries such as Australia. In April, the EU made a formal offer to negotiate a bloc-wider youth mobility program, but this was immediately rejected by both Labour and Rishi Sunak, who was the Conservative Prime Minister at the time. According to sources, the offer, which came out of the blue, was an attempt by the European Commission to quash a bid by the UK to do unilateral deals with 6 countries including France, Spain and Germany. The French in particular were adamant that the UK should not be allowed to cherry-pick EU access post-Brexit. Another apparent obstacle to the EU proposal is the element that would allow UK and EU students to have home fee status again at each other's universities for 4 years. This would mean EU students at UK universities pay notably lower fees. Representatives of UK universities have said they will not be able to shoulder the extra cost and could not see how Labour will subsidize them. Sources say a 3-year version of that would do nothing to solve the financial burden. The Liberal Democrats called on Thursday for the government to agree a mutual youth-based system. Laila Moran, the party's foreign affairs spokesperson, said this would rebuild ties with the EU and give our young people fantastic opportunities to live and work access Europe, while also providing a much-needed boost to the UK economy, especially our hospitality sector. Outlining the Brussels proposal in April, the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the scheme would be an area in which there could be closer collaboration. The topic of youth mobility is in both of our interests because the more we have youth mobility being on both sides of the channel, the more we increase the probability we will be on a good terms because the next generation knows each other very well, she said. So it is only time will tell. Although them accepting this youth mobility will be a win-win solution for both sides. And like their current Prime Minister said, it will bring the next generation closer, it will make them to share common grounds and find common solution to a normal day life.